Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
And I genuinely never thought I'd be asking this.
Uh-oh, go on.
Have you ever looked at a 401k statement, that really dry document, and thought to yourself, this would make a fantastic fashion statement?
I can safely say no. That thought has never, ever crossed my mind. Financial planning is usually something you do quietly, not wear on your head.
Oh, welcome to the beautiful weirdness of 2026. Because apparently, being fiscally responsible is the new punk rock.
It is.
We are kicking off today's deep dive with something it's both baffling and completely fascinating. The 401k mullet.
And it sounds like a joke, it really does. But when you dig into the psychology, it's actually a really, really potent symbol for where the economy is right now.
It is, but listen, we're not just talking about hairstyles today. That mullet is just our way in.
Right.
We're looking at a huge transition. You've got Gen Z making finance core a thing, while at the very same time, the Dow just blasted through 50,000.
And our mission today is to connect those dots. We've got a huge stack of sources here. I mean, earnings calls from Databricks and Monday.com, FDA warning letters, dense government filings on student loans.
So we're going to look at how AI is just completely rewriting the software economy, the regulatory battles in healthcare, and why boring has all of a sudden become the sexiest thing on the planet.
Let's do it.
So start with the hair. The 401k mullet. I need you to break this down for me because I'm picturing an 80s rocker who, does taxes on the side.
You're not that far off, actually. You know the classic mullet, right? Business in the front, party in the back.
Of course.
This is a much more contained version. It's cleaner. It's less party and more portfolio.
Oh.
It's designed to look professional from every angle, but with just a little bit of an edge.
An edge that says, I have a job, but I'm not a boomer.
Exactly. And it's not just the hair, it's the clothes. You saw that post from rapper T-Pain.
T-Pain. Of all people. The caption was 401k and a quarter zip.
That's the whole quarter zip movement. It blew up on TikTok. A creator named Jason Iomfi got, 31 million views? Basically showing guys how to cosplay as an up-and-coming professional.
Cosplaying as a middle manager. Why is boring suddenly sexy? I thought youth culture was about rebellion.
Oh, it is a rebellion, but it's a rebellion against instability. We have this brilliant quote in our notes from Tamai Sardari at NYU Stern.
What'd she say?
She said, "What used to be boring, the 401k, is unattainable and therefore sexy."
Wow. That's actually kind of heartbreaking when you say it out loud.
It is. I mean, think about the success story of the last decade. It was the college dropout tech billionaire in a hoodie, right?
A disruptor.
That image is fading. In a softening labor market, young people don't want to look like disruptors. They want to signal safety. They want to look like they have a steady paycheck and, a matched contribution.
So the fleece vest is a survival signal. It's like plumage for birds saying, I am a safe financial bet.
100%. And the data backs this up. Fidelity put out a report showing Gen Z is saving for retirement earlier and at higher rates than previous generations.
And I saw that NerdWallet survey. 15% of adults said they wouldn't date someone without a retirement account.
No 401k, no second date. It's the new reality.
Okay, so let's zoom out. If Gen Z is so focused on stability, are they right to be worried? Because just looking at the headlines, the stock market looks, incredible.
On paper, yeah. Monday, February 9th, 2026, the Dow crossed 50,000 for the first time ever. Japan's Nikkei also crossed 57,000. The markets are just roaring.
So where's the disconnect? Why does it feel like a recession to the kid in the quarter zip?
It's the K-shaped economy.
Okay, I hear this term constantly. Give me the simple definition.
Imagine the letter K. The vertical line is the past, then it splits. The top arm goes up. That's the wealthy, the people who own assets. The bottom arm goes down.
That's everyone else?
Pretty much. Right now, the top 10% of Americans hold over 87% of all corporate equities. So when the market hits 50,000, that wealth is just concentrating at the very, very top of that K.
Which is exactly why Gen Z looks at a 401k like it's a luxury item.
Precisely. And if you want to see the top of that K in action, you just have to look at the Hamptons real estate market.
I saw these numbers in the stack. They're just absurd.
The median sales price in the Hamptons in the fourth quarter hit a record $2.34 million. That's up 34% in 1 year.
How is that even possible with interest rates this high?
Because interest rates only matter if you need a mortgage. This whole market is being driven by cash deals. Wall Street bonuses are at a record high. Tech money is pouring in. They're not calling the bank. They're just writing a check.
Meanwhile, for the bottom of the K, the people who definitely can't write that check.
Congress is trying to step in. There's a bipartisan housing package moving forward. And what's interesting is that it really targets the supply side. It's looking at cutting regulations, incentivizing modular housing.
Modular housing, so that's factory-built homes, right? Like giant Lego blocks.
Basically, yeah. It's faster, it's cheaper. The bill also wants to boost community banks to help with mortgages. It's them admitting the current market is broken for most people.
Speaking of things that are being completely rewritten,
Yeah.
let's talk about AI, because the sources this week, they suggest we're moving past the chatbot phase into something way more intense.
We're moving from generative AI to agentic AI.
Okay, define agentic for me. How is that different from me asking a chatbot to write a silly poem about a 401k mullet?
So generative AI creates stuff. Text, images, code snippets. You prompt it, it responds. Agentic AI does stuff. It has agency. You give it a broad goal, and it can break it down into steps and execute them across different systems, all without a human holding its hand.
So it's the difference between asking for a recipe and having a robot chef actually cook the meal for you.
Exactly. And the news out of Databricks this week shows this isn't theory anymore. It's happening now.
Right. Databricks just raised $5 billion at a $134 billion valuation. But the money's not the real story here.
No, the story is what the CEO, Alia Godsi, revealed. He said that 80% of the databases on their platform are now being built by AI agents, not by human engineers.
Wait, 80%? That can't be right. That seems impossibly high.
It is absolutely staggering. It means the foundational infrastructure of software is not being hand-coded anymore. The AI isn't just helping the coder. The AI is the coder.
And you can see that realization sending shockwaves through the whole software industry. Just look at Monday.com. Their stock plummeted 21% this week.
Right. And Monday.com is a great tool, but the market is asking this terrifying question about their business model.
Which is?
They charge based on seats. How many humans are logging in? But if an AI agent can manage a whole project, do you need 50 seats for 50 human managers anymore?
So the entire seat-based pricing model that SaaS has run on for a decade, it might be obsolete if the employees are just software.
That's the fear. That's why Workday's CEO is stepping down and the co-founder, Anil Bousri, is coming back. He literally said this AI transformation is bigger than cloud.
Bigger than cloud. In tech, that is a massive, massive statement.
Because it changes who does the work.
And it's not just tech companies. I saw this story about BNY, America's oldest bank. They have digital employees.
That's what they call them. 134 digital employees, AI bots that just work 2,147 on repetitive tasks. They don't sleep, don't take lunch, don't ask for a raise.
Sounds great for the bank's bottom line.
Goldman Sachs thinks so. They ranked BNY as a top company to benefit from this. They're predicting it could boost their earnings per share by like 19%.
But if you're the entry-level analyst whose job was repetitive tasks, that's terrifying. That 19% boost is your salary.
And that connects right back to the quarter-zip anxiety we started with. That safe, entry-level, white-collar path is being automated away.
Which brings us to another sector in total upheaval. Weight loss drugs. The Ozempic economy.
The obesity drug wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, this week it got very legal and very nasty.
So you've got Novo Nordisk, who makes Wegovy, suing the telehealth company Hims & Hers. What's the fight about?
It's all about compounding. Normally, a patent protects a drug like Wegovy, but there's a loophole. When a drug is officially in shortage, pharmacies are allowed to mix their own versions of it to meet demand.
So Hims & Hers was selling a copycat because there wasn't enough of the real thing to go around.
Exactly, and making a fortune. But now Novo Nordisk is saying, hey, the shortage is over. We have plenty of supply. They're calling the Hims & Hers product a sham and illegal mass production.
And Hims & Hers stock got hammered on that news, right?
Dropped about 18%. They've stopped selling the copycat pill. They tried to claim it was personalized, which is another legal defense, but Novo is not buying it.
So Novo is trying to lock down the market, but they aren't exactly getting a pass from regulators either.
Not at all. The FDA just sent Novo a warning letter about a TV ad for Wegovy. The ad was implying that taking the drug gives you, like, emotional relief and hope.
So the FDA basically said, you can sell weight loss, but you can't sell happiness.
Or at least you can't sell happiness without clinical trials to prove it. It just shows how high the stakes are. It's a gold rush.
Okay, let's pivot from healthcare to education. Because if the workplace is changing this fast with AI, then college must be just freaking out.
We are seeing a huge shift. The uncollege movement is real. The data is stark. Community college enrollment is up 3%. Private nonprofit colleges enrollment is down 1.6%.
People are voting with their wallets. They see that tuition bill and they're saying, no, thank you.
It's a cost-benefit calculation, and it's being sped up by the Trump administration's Big Beautiful Bill, that's its actual nickname, that passed last July.
What's the main thing that bill does?
The biggest change kicks in this July 2026. It creates a lifetime federal student loan cap of $257,500.
It still sounds like a lot of money. Most people won't hit that, will they?
For a state school undergrad degree, no. But if you're looking at a private undergrad degree plus med school or law school, you can hit that cap really, really fast.
So if you can't borrow unlimited money anymore, you have to really think about the ROI of that degree.
Exactly. It forces families to ask if a liberal arts degree is worth the debt, which pushes people towards two-year degrees, certificates, vocational training.
And for the people already stuck in the loan system, it sounds like an absolute nightmare.
It is. There's a huge backlog with public service loan forgiveness, specifically on these things called buybacks.
What's a buyback?
It's a fix. So let's say you worked in public service but were on the wrong payment plans, so your payments didn't count. You can offer to buy back credit for those months to get forgiveness sooner.
But it's not working.
Right now, over 83,000 borrowers are just waiting for an answer. Some for over 14 months. You're in total limbo, and complaints are up 36%.
It really feels like every system we look at, housing, education, healthcare, is either creaking under the pressure or being completely dismantled.
That's the theme of the week. Old structures are failing, and new ones, like AI agents, are rising up. Which, speaking of powerful systems, we have to touch on the Epstein files.
Right. A new set of documents was released about his connections, specifically to Silicon Valley, and some very heavy-hitting names are in there.
The files mention communications or meetings with figures like Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Peter Thiel, Sergey Brin, and Reid Hoffman.
Now, we have to be really precise here. Being in a contact book or having a meeting is not proof of a crime.
Absolutely. We have to be crystal clear on that. Gates and Musk have denied any wrongdoing. Thiel's rep says he never visited the island. Hoffman has expressed regret for the association.
But the political fallout is landing hard on one person in particular.
Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick. You have members of Congress Massey, Schiff, Garcia calling for him to resign over his alleged ties. The White House is backing him, but it just adds to this volatile mix of tech, finance, and government.
It does. It just feeds that feeling that the people at the top of the K are living in a totally different world. Before we wrap, let's touch on one slightly more proactive note, the Trump accounts.
Right, the child savings accounts. There was a Super Bowl ad for this.
Because nothing says fiscal policy like a Super Bowl ad. I love it.
It gets the eyeballs, right? The ad announced families can now sign up using a tax form or online. The hook is that the Treasury gives $1,000 in seed money for eligible kids born between 2025 and 2028.
It's an attempt to jumpstart wealth creation, which, brings us full circle to Gen Z and the quarter zip. Everyone is just trying to find some kind of financial stability.
So if we just synthesize all this, think about the picture we've painted. You have an entire generation signaling stability with their clothes because they are terrified of the actual instability in the housing and job markets.
And at the same time, you have the corporate world, banks, tech companies, just rapidly replacing human tasks with these digital employees and AI agents.
Which completely changes the value of traditional software and, frankly, traditional education. If an AI agent can write code better than a human, maybe the vocational skill, the plumbing, the electrical work, the thing a robot can't do yet, becomes the safer bet.
It's the uncollege trend, making perfect logical sense in an AI world. The safest job might be the one where you get your hands dirty.
It might be. We could be heading towards a world where the trades are the new white-collar safety net.
So here's the final thought I want to leave you with today. We see AI agents building 80% of databases. We see banks running on digital employees. Is this uncollege trend, this move towards vocational training, is that a brilliant strategic move to avoid becoming obsolete? Or are we just entering an economy where labor itself is devalued and the only safe asset left is to own the AI itself?
That is the multi-trillion-dollar question, isn't it? And I don't think we're going to find the answer in a quarter zip.
Something to think about while you check your 401k. Thanks for listening to this deep dive. Stay curious, and we'll catch you next time.